Here we go. Welcome back to another Digital Adel Hoops podcast for you with my co-host, Matt Hanifan. How you doing today, Matt?
Doing good, man. I'm doing good. Summer League just ended this weekend. There's still games that I, want to catch up on. But how are you doing, man? Doing good.
I'm doing well, man. Just woke up from a nap. Brain's barely functioning, so this podcast is going to be amazing. I'm with you. There's still some games that I didn't get to see while I was in Vegas and whenever I got back because it was hectic and I was tired. And speaking of, if you're listening to this podcast right now, there's a video, a film I put together of my time out in Vegas. It's on YouTube, so don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube and check out that video. I'm interested to hear your thoughts from the audience and what you thought of the movie. It's a little vlog kind of what I was doing and how Summer League went for me. It's only 15 minutes, which is actually longer than I anticipated the vlog being, but it was a fun experience putting that little movie thing together. But yeah, let's talk NBA Summer League. We're going to talk NBA Summer League stats and statistics. We're going to get down and nerdy for y'all. But we're going to put a caveat on it.
Okay.
Do you know who was the leading scorer for the 2024 NBA Summer League last year, Matt Hanifan?
Ooh, last year.
Yeah.
I do not. I know this year because I have it literally right in front of me. That's what I thought you were going to ask. And I was prepared to answer until you said last year. And I was like, I was.
Sometimes we got to throw out the trick questions for you. But a big shout out to Cody as well, who's watching on our playback as well. So if you want to stop by the live recording of the show, that's playback.tv/Digital Adel Hoops. And then on YouTube, it's Digital Adel Hoops.
Can I guess?
As well. I want you to.
Okay. My first guess, the first person that came to mind is Reed Shepherd.
I mean, that's a good guess, but not even close. He's not even close. He's 14th.
Oh, well, okay. Well, 14th isn't bad. There's a lot of players.
There are a lot of players.
My last guess, I'll only do two guesses. My last guess is Cole Swider.
Cole Swider, good try, not even close. I don't even see him in the list. But
okay.
Julian
I just
Strother.
know he scores a lot in Summer League, so I just
right.
Well, so okay, that's kind of an idiot guess by me though, because he was with the Heat last year and he didn't do like a ton. But anyway,
no.
All right, what were you gonna say?
But you've actually illustrated my point. For people that sit here and scoreboard watch Summer League, Julian Strother was the leading scorer last season, and he did pretty well in Denver.
Yeah, he was,
for them. He played a role, but he wasn't the best player to come out of Summer League. Correct?
Yeah.
So my point is, when we dig into these stats, let's take it with a grain of nuance and salt before we start destroying these prospects or crowning them king.
And while it's also a good evaluation process for these guys, we're working with a 5-game sample, sometimes a 2 or 3-game sample. Like
exactly.
Obviously there's stuff to take away from all of these players and like, what skills are translatable, what skills are important, this, that, and the other. But like the samples are so small with these players, regardless if you're combining the California Classic, Salt Lake Summer League in Vegas or whatever. It's just a small sample that, doesn't always translate. There's been
not
plenty
every
of examples
game
of players who've been bad in Summer League that play good in the NBA. So it doesn't mean
exactly
and vice versa.
And not every game has NBA level talent in it.
Especially these last couple.
Oh my God.
Every one of these players were shut down. Like I had someone that I know who's a fan of Denver asked me the other day, he's like, yo, do you think like Curtis Jones is something? Like he's been like hooping in Summer League. I'm just like, it's so hard to take anything away from these games. Like I can't. He's been good, but it's Summer League and no one's playing.
Absolutely. So many players shut down. I was disappointed every game I went to watch the Washington Wizards, and there was no Trey Johnson. Yeah. I mean, he only played 2 games, but we're going to talk about him. There's some interesting numbers that came out of out of him. But that was my point. I just wanted to highlight that. Like, Jet Howard was 16th in scoring in Summer League in 2024. Jalen Wilson, Gigi Jackson, Jaime Hawkins Jr., number 2 overall in scoring in Summer League.
How? Wow. Why didn't I guess Jaime? Jeez. I mean,
He was
Jackson.
close.
I mean, if it wasn't for injuries.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the story of his young career. Gigi Jackson, if it wasn't for injuries, unfortunately. Like
the whole Memphis Grizzlies organization, if it wasn't for injuries.
That's right. That's right. Championship. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's continue. 2025 NBA Summer League stats. Who do you think led the Summer League in scoring in 2025, Matt Hanifan?
It's Kyle Filipowski.
What? Utah has the best player in the league?
He was a monster in the games that he played.
Unbelievable monster in Summer League. Right. He literally looked like a man amongst boys. Same thing with Drew Timme. But he's also like 30. No, how old's Drew Timme? He's pretty old, right?
He might be older than 30.
Yeah, he's 24. 24. But he looks like
24 going on 30.
That's right. So take it with a grain of salt of, how these players are going to perform in the NBA regular season. Now, efficiency is very interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's eliminate the guys that played under 10 minutes and have 1,000% efficiency. Although Quentin Jackson for Indiana, that one game he played is the most efficient player I've ever seen in my entire life. 80% in 25 minutes. He's certified bucket getter. But let's talk about field goal efficiency, shall we? So I did this exercise for players that scored over 25 points, or over 19.5 points per game. The caveat is they had to also have played at least 2 games or more. So we eliminate those one game anomalies where someone catches fire against low competition or whatever and they go nuts. Trey Johnson on 12 shot attempts per game was 58% from the field in 2 games on 12 attempts. And then from 3 on 5.5 attempts, he shot 45.5% from 3. That guy's going to be a scoring monster in my mind at the next level. What are your thoughts on those efficiency numbers from Trey Johnson?
2 games, pretty good. The only one better is the only one you have on your list, because I'm trying to do this in my head while looking at Real GM. Shout out Real GM for having the Summer League stats. Yes. Isaac Jones is the only one that's better in field goal percentage?
No, actually, that was a great call out. The only person Naquan Tomlin. Not Naquan Tomlin. I'm sorry. Matt Hanifan, my brain's fried. So yes, Isaac Jones, but he didn't score over 19.5 points per game.
Oh, yeah. You're right. I was looking at the wrong.
Yeah.
Column. 18.3 for him, which is still very good.
Yeah, Trey Johnson was number 1 in this specific category. Yep. Number 1. Then in 3-point percentage, the only person better that averaged over 19.5 points per game was, drum roll, please, David Jones Garcia, the phenomenon for the San Antonio Spurs. And there was one other. I got to find him. Who was it? It was Ronald Holland, 46.7%, so barely above Trey Jones. On 5 attempts per game, so not bad volume in those 3 games Ronald Holland played. A good sign, hopefully, but again, not the end-all be-all. The Jaime Hawkeses and all those different watch-outs can occur for these young players, but what are your thoughts on those stats? How do you feel the Summer League went for those folks?
I mean, Ronald Holland was the one that I I have watched a little bit of, and I thought he was awesome. I mean, again, it's his second year in the NBA, second
Hmm.
summer league. He's athletic freak. He only shot 24% from three last year. So
Right.
obviously, when you see that he's shooting in the mid 40s, albeit on low volume in a very, very, very small sample, or not low volume, but just in a small sample of
Small
three
sample
games.
size. Yeah.
Yeah, like you hope that there's some year to year improvement. I still don't know how much he's going to actually play. I'm expecting to be a little bit more, but like
Right.
in the 15 to 20 minute range. I mean, he was 15.6 minutes per game last year. He started to played all but one um game. Uh
Hmm.
for everyone else, who was the other one that you mentioned? I'm drawing a
So
blank.
we had Ronald Holland, we had Trey Johnson, and then we had David Jones Garcia.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We discussed, I think it was the last pod that we discussed Jones Garcia. He was awesome offensively.
Right.
Um and obviously Trey Johnson, albeit a two-game sample, was very good in those two games. And as we kind of talked about, we understand why teams are shutting some of these top picks down, but selfishly, specifically for Trey Johnson and maybe some others, we want to
Right.
see them play in summer league, to
Absolutely.
get the reps and get better. Even though there's always the risk of injury, even though few injuries actually happen in summer league,
Right.
um, but it's still a risk nonetheless. That or just teams like we don't need to see any more from you. We saw everything that we needed to see, whatever the reason is. I'm sure every
Yeah.
organization has their different reason or reasons for it.
Absolutely. And Ronald Holland's one of those players that I thought was really talented. His problems were from the neck up. And, those were his issues. Excuse me. So I always thought he had some promise. The touch on his jumper was very inconsistent at the next level because he faded away a lot whenever he was, first coming into the league, drifting left and right. Wasn't very consistent. So if he can clean some of those up, that's very, very good. David Jones Garcia is so interesting to me because apparently he's holding out for a standard contract. We talked about that before. But when you play the way he played in 5 games, shooting 53% from the field and almost 53% from three and 92% from the free throw line, there's going to be you're going to have a little leverage to try to control where you want to go and how you want that contract to go.
I want to say it was Basket News reported this. Maybe I apologize if I'm messing up the aggregation of this, but
Yeah.
apparently he rejected an offer from Olympiacos to
Or
stay
what
with
was
San
that?
Antonio.
1.5 mil, I believe they offered him, tax free.
Yeah, yeah, it was something like that. So maybe he is. Again, I don't remember. I'll have to pull up spot track. I forgot what San Antonio's. I don't know if they have a roster spot available. I think they have two ways available, but I don't know if
Yeah.
if they're at 14 or 15 guys. Let's see. Let's do. Ooh. So
I'm pretty sure they have a roster spot open.
yeah, they do,
Yeah. So
and
I
all
want
three
to
two
pivot.
ways,
I,
according to spot track. Just
I
about.
want to pivot to Walter Clayton Jr. He only played the one game. What did you make of that?
Um, didn't he play also in Salt Lake?
Yeah, I think he did. Does Real GM have Salt Lake City's stats?
If you click on the profile.
Oh, got to click on the profile. Here we go. Profile.
If
And
I'm
then
remembering this correctly. But anyway, no, like for me,
he
just to
did. He
give you
played
my
3 games. He played 3 games in Salt Lake City.
overall analysis of it, I thought he was good, but it's still similar concerns of like, okay, how is he going to hold up defensively?
Right.
What's the playmaking going to be like? Like he was awesome offensively, at least as like a shot maker in that one summer league game in Vegas. But it's more so like, how is this skill set going to translate to winning at the NBA level in this type of environment? Like, it's kind of hard to see because it's like you can hold up defensively to a certain extent in summer league and not do the same thing at the NBA level because you're going up against bigger, stronger, better athletes.
I agree
And
with that.
so it's like you're kind of hard to judge. I still again have questions about him defensively. I still have questions about him as a playmaker. Um
Yeah, I
and
mean,
how
he
that's going to
facilitated okay
translate.
in that one game,
Yeah, but
but defensively is my biggest concern.
like that's it. Like I think he'll compete, but again, he's like what 6'2", 6'3" with the 6'4", 6'5" wingspan. Like, and
Yeah,
he just gets lost. Like he got lost a ton at Florida. Like it wasn't
he did. Yeah.
for him. It wasn't a lack of effort. It was just he just. I don't think his awareness was all that
Right.
keen.
Right. And he's not going to get up 17 field goal attempts in the
No,
regular season, but he does shoot the three 40% on high volume, which we knew he could do. You know, that's not new. I think the 6 rebounds, 3 assists were the biggest pleasant surprise from Vegas, but I would have loved to have seen a larger sample size to see what that looks like against the rest of the competition. So I was a little disappointed that he didn't continue to play. I want to
yeah,
pivot to rebounding. Let's talk about the bigs. Who do you think led Summer League in rebounding?
I just had this up. Oh, I know who it is. It's our guys, our two guys, Derek Queen and
Well,
Charles Bassey.
exactly. We pegged that one. No.
Yeah,
I didn't have Derek Queen rebounding that well at the NBA level. Although, let's pivot into Derek Queen a little bit.
there is some Derek Queen news that we didn't.
Oh, yeah, let's hit that first. Cue the news, Matt Hanifan.
Derek Queen will be out. What is it? 3 months.
Yeah, he's going to miss all of training camp and maybe the beginning of the exhibition season. What was it? Was it a fractured or was it a ligament? But it's a hand. It's his left hand, right?
It was a torn ligament in his hand, in his
Yeah,
wrist.
torn ligament in his wrist. So Derek Queen will miss some time. But here's what I want to point out. He had 11 rebounds per game in his 3 games. And Yves Missi had 10.7. So I'm shocked.
That
Not
is
at
pretty nuts.
Missi, but at Queen's rebounding ability at the next level, which bodes well for him. And anybody that knows me knows I want these kids to succeed. So I was very happy for him. Now, the 6 turnovers per game.
Yeah, that's not great.
This is the stuff we talked about that may be an issue. The defensive stuff and then the like what's his role fitting next to Missi? Like it's gonna be tough.
And Zion.
And Zion
For what it's worth.
for however long he's left in New Orleans. The assist was, he averaged 2.3 assists per game, which is actually pretty decent for what they were asking him to do.
Yeah.
He went over from 3, or did he make one?
He made 1 or 2.
Yeah, because he shot.
Yeah, he
shot
made
50% on 0.7 volume. So he didn't make one of them. But he averaged 14 points. We knew the ball handling, getting to the rim stuff was going to be kind of his bag. But when you actually watch the games, the fit was awkward. You could see it was an awkward fit from the beginning. But Yves looked like a grown freaking man.
The spacing. It's the spacing that's just it's
Correct.
bad news bears. It's bad news bears.
Yes. It was
and
very
it's going to be
bad
that
news
way with
bears.
Zion. Like it's not like Zion's he's not a shooter. He's not a spacer. Like it's
right.
I don't know, man. I don't love it for. I mean, I can't say I love it for Missi either. It's not good for anyone involved, really.
His efficiency was terrible, and also the spacing doesn't help you evaluate what he can do finishing or with the ball in his hands because the spacing's so bad. But and that's the other thing about Jeremiah Fears not being able to shoot. Like the spacing is going to be bad. Like Fears can get to wherever he wants on the court. Yeah. He showed that also in Summer League. But the shooting isn't great because he can't shoot. Like their whole Summer League team had that issue. Like there just wasn't enough shooting across the lineups, which kind of reminds me of the Miami Heat Summer League team.
Yeah, and it's not like, I mean, Missi is and Zion can be to an extent when he's off ball, but it's not like New Orleans has a guy who can just even be like a dunker spot hub. or like
Right.
a guy who's like, roaming the short corners.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you're playing two non-shooters in the front court, regardless of how that's combination, you're going to need one of those guys.
Absolutely.
And for like that, for like the high low stuff and just that kind of outlet, that kind of vertical spacing outlet, if you need it, and it's just they don't really have it. Misi can do it. Misi's probably the best one
Right.
outside of Zion if Zion's off ball, but like there's questions to be had. And like
Oh, absolutely.
you can use some of the you can use Derek Queen as a short roll guy maybe. Like there's ways to work around, but it's just bad spacing in general. Like
Yeah.
there's no two ways about it. It's just how do you mitigate that? And that's a question for Willie Green to figure out, not me. When
You're not getting paid the big bucks.
Yeah, when Derek Queen's healthy, of course.
Right.
Which hope he's healthy soon, and hopefully he's able to recover from that by the start of the season.
Absolutely. I keep screwing up the YouTube stuff, and I don't know how I keep doing it. But I had a stream, I guess, scheduled prior. And so the whole time I'm like, oh, we have no commenters. No one's commenting on YouTube. Turns out I was looking at the wrong live stream stuff. So we do have commenters. So if you came in and you said hi while we were live already, sorry, I didn't get to you. But come back. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's talk about Kel'el Ware, because I've been known in Heat circles as somebody who's too hard on Kel'el Ware.
You love Kel'el Ware with all your heart and soul.
I do, actually. I hope that kid succeeds. I think he's a top 5 talent. He has the capability of being a top 5 center in the league. He has that ability. The question is he going to put forth the consistent effort to fulfill that promise of talent? Because he ended up with 17.3 points per game in 3 games. He shot a whopping 62% from the 3-point line. He had 10 rebounds per game, blocked 1.7 shots per game, and only turned it over once per game. His stats are pretty eye-popping, wouldn't you say, Matt Hanifan?
Well, those last 2 games, yes.
Well, I'm just saying, that's his averages, even with that really, really poor game that was in there. So it's pretty good.
As he should, man.
Exactly. Now you're getting there. This is what you expect from a second-year guy that has as much talent as Kel'el Ware has.
Right, and like he made second team all rookie. He literally finished 6th in all rookie voting.
Right.
Which means he was 1 spot away from making all rookie first team. And I think you could have made a cogent argument that he should have made all rookie first team. But that's a different discussion for a different day. But like you expected that from him, and there was just a sluggish 3 games, and then he came out and, played well the final 2, which I'm glad he took that as a challenge.
Absolutely.
Glad he took that as a challenge and responded to it. Now it's just parlaying everything that he took away from summer. And now, use that momentum heading into training camp, heading into the regular season. That's for all these guys who play well in summer league. Like another one, obviously a different circumstance, but like Deron Holmes.
Yeah.
Deron Holmes built up some pretty strong momentum toward the end of his summer league stint. Obviously, he tore his Achilles at this time last year.
That's rough.
Right. And like he had 19 and 17 in his final game. Like parlay that hopefully into like a beneficial training camp, beneficial regular season. I don't know if Deron's necessarily going to have a role with Valanciunas there, but like you know what I mean with all these guys.
I do.
Yeah, so it's just like that's something that Kel'el's got to do, and we've talked about it on the show ad nauseum. We've talked about it everywhere ad nauseum. It's the consistency. Consistently stacking days, consistently stacking not only days, but minutes, quarters, possessions, however you want to phrase it, like just consistently stack it together.
Yes. That's
because
the key.
If you can consistently do that, that's great. That's like
it's what you're looking for.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with you. The consistency is the key. And we're going back to Kel'el Ware specifically. Can you stack this game after game after game to where your coaches and teammates can rely on your production. They know what they have going into the fight, right? Now, let's drill a little deeper into these stats because not all rebounds are the same.
No.
Defensive rebounds are nice. They are. They show that you can be in the right position. You can box out a little bit. But you know what is more valuable than a defensive rebound? It's an offensive rebound. They're much harder to get.
Yeah.
Offensive rebounds are much harder to get. You know who the top 2 offensive rebounders were in Summer League? The first one you're not going to guess. Second
I already
one,
have it up, dude.
Well, that's defeats the purpose of guessing.
I know. One of them is Misi, though. So
one of them is Yves Misi. The other one is Naquan Tomlin, which I was actually pretty impressed with in his 5 games from the Cleveland Cavaliers. But
I should stop saying that I have it up. Just guess
right.
like Enrique Freeman.
Yeah, that's right. Dominic Barlow.
No shot at Enrique Freeman, by the way. I hope that's not intended that way.
That's right. Brian Fonseca is going to come find you. But Yves Misi, he averaged 4.3 offensive rebounds per game. It's a hustle stat, man. It's a 1-2. It's a nose for the ball and going on the glass and go get it. You know where Kel'el Ware ranked? You're muted, Matt Hanifan.
Good job.
Nice.
Anyway, I was gonna say I don't have that. I don't have my page scrolled far enough. I have.
That's the problem, Matt Hanifan. That's the problem.
I'll say just a blind guess, 37.
Whoa, 35, dude. You were really close.
I was close.
35th in offensive rebounding in NBA Summer League. That means Aluma, Ulrich Chomsky, Melvie Lyons, Riley Minks, Alua Duara, Isaac Jones, Alex Sarr. I can take that. I don't know this guy. Musa Cisse. Yeah, that guy.
He played at, I think, Memphis.
Great Osabor. Nelly Joseph.
Hold on. Play the music.
What?
Play the music. Mountain West legend, Great Osabor.
I was going to say, is there bias? I sense some bias.
He was a former Mountain West Player of the Year 2 years ago.
Yeah, this? Not quite Nevada bias, but it's Mountain West bias.
No, he was Utah State. For one.
But my point is the list goes on and on and on of players that should not be performing better on the offensive glass than Kel'el Ware. I just did something really weird with his name, and I don't know why. Yeah, I just don't see it. I don't see how anybody on that list is as talented as Ware is. Liam McNeely, 13th on the list, by the way, on the offensive glass, out rebounding Kel'el Ware on the offensive glass.
Fierce offensive rebounder. He was actually not a bad defensive rebounder.
No, he was a good rebounder in college, but also he's much bigger than people realize. Like one thing about seeing him live in person, he's a big dude. Like he's tall.
Yeah.
But so it's an extensive list, and Ware should be higher on it, is my point.
Yeah.
And a lot of that points to effort. Now, Ware also struggled when it comes to the other players in blocked shots. I know a lot of these stats, though, are on team defense and positioning and all that. But when you have players like Yannick Niederhauser and Kel'el Ware blocking the same amount of shots, Ware was 22nd, Yannick was 25th. They're all tied at 1.7 block shots per game. You expect more. Like Alex Sarr, 5.5 blocks per game. Adam Bono, who also will get as many blocks as he will fouls. 3.7 blocks to his 3.3 fouls per game. Yves Misi blocked 2.3. Joan Behringer, 2.5, who was fantastic. Hansen Young had more blocks per game than Khalil Ware.
Former Chinese League Defensive Player of the Year, Hansen Young, to you. No,
I mean,
I
that's
was
right.
kind of stunned when I found that out as a fact, considering how slow he is, but
Right.
that's probably a testament to the league. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. 2 blocks per game in the California Classic, 1.8 for all 5 of his games, 1.7 for the 3 that he played in Vegas.
Yeah.
It's probably a little bit lower than you want.
Right.
But yeah.
It's not great.
He wasn't
Bob.
great as I said this and people got mad, or at least some people, mostly in our Discord, I think. But I just said he wasn't like that good as a rim protector.
He really wasn't.
There was some possessions where he was a deterrent.
Right.
But it goes back to it wasn't consistent enough.
Right. So we have some news. Breaking news by Shams Charania.
Oh, geez. What happened? I didn't even see it.
David Jones Garcia.
Okay.
We just talked about him. Is agreed to a 2-way contract with the San Antonio Spurs.
Oh, good for him.
I mean, I thought he was holding out for a standard. He took the 2-way. How about that?
Hashtag Matt was right last episode. No.
That's right.
That'll never be a hashtag because I'm never right enough to say that.
Neither am I.
But yeah, good.
Why are you even watching this show, people? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. We do an excellent job around here. Matt doesn't give himself enough credit. I'll take all the credit.
Yeah.
But what were you going to say? Continue.
You said breaking. I just lost my train of thought. I don't even
That's
know.
All right. Let's pivot. We're going back away from the big men, and we're going to talk about the facilitators. A very interesting person led the Summer League in Las Vegas in assists. Nikola Topic. The rich continue to get richer. There's a lot that he's going to struggle with and need to work on. Running an NBA offense and facilitating isn't one of them. 7.3 assists per game in 3 games. What were your overall thoughts on Nikola Topic?
I can't say I love the burst all the time.
No.
Obviously the efficiency, the shooting wasn't quite there. 36% from the floor, 33 from deep. Obviously, these are just 3 Las Vegas games. I know he played in the Salt Lake Summer League, but just in general, the grand scheme of things, he didn't miss a beat with the facilitating, and that's why that offense flowed so well throughout Summer League.
Absolutely, man. And that's one of those things where he's not going to have to rush to be all the things they want him to be because that team is so deep. But if you can find him rotation minutes, whatever unit he's on, that thing's going to hum. That unit's going to run, dude.
I don't know if he's going to play. Like, that's the thing.
I know.
It's great. I mean, maybe he does. Obviously, injuries play a factor. I'm not hoping for injuries, obviously.
For sure.
But that obviously plays a factor for certain guys getting rotation minutes. But at the same time, it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, there's a world, I'm not saying this will happen, but there's a world that AJ Mitchell gets rotation minutes over him like he did last year as a rookie. Like, I don't know. Like, this team is so deep, even if AJ doesn't, they're still fighting through 10 guys. And why is your camera so blurry?
I don't know. And it won't unblur. I turned it off, turned it back on 17 times. Playback doesn't have like a camera setting where you can like go in and manually adjust the camera. So I'm just going to turn it off for now. And then maybe when I turn it back on in a minute, it'll be fine. But anyway, the thing about Nikola Topic is, like you said, he may not play.
He may not play.
He may not play. But if he does, the one thing you know he can do is facilitate. Look, super close-up works. Far away, blurry. Closer? I don't know. Anyway, I was pleasantly surprised with some of the facilitators that I saw at the top of this list. Like Isaiah Collier, outstanding in Utah. facilitating for the Jazz and running that offense last year. Baylor Shireman, very intriguing fact that he led the Boston Celtics in assists. Kind of unbelievable, really.
I'm not super surprised by that, only because he had the ball the most.
That's true. They were trying to force feed him, but he didn't initiate offense. Like he wasn't on ball initiating. It was more just coming off a ton of actions. Right. And they were just kind of force feeding in the ball. No surprise, Ryan Nembhard leading Dallas in assists. That's not surprising in the least bit. We knew Jalen Tyson, when he had the usage, he could facilitate.
Yeah.
Yuki Koromora, my guy, the crowd favorite, dude. You should have heard the crowd in Vegas. You should have heard them. Absolutely electric for Yuki.
Signed a 2-way deal with Chicago over the weekend.
He did sign a 2-way deal with Chicago Bulls. I heard an interview. What just happened? Why is StreamYard open all of a sudden? I heard an interview.
We're all over the place. Adel's all over the place.
Dude, I should not take naps before recordings. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Every time I take a nap, it goes completely off the rails.
I'm more so blaming the camera. You can't control that.
I'm trying to get it to readjust.
There we go.
Little side to side action. But yeah, Yuki Koromora is a really fun watch, man. The crowd loves him. NBA Japan, dude. They have a following on Twitter. If you have not, they are going ham for Yuki Koromora, the Japanese NBA Japan league, NBA Japan page. Just going nuts for Yuki Koromora. I love it. I saw some
very
fans.
Big over there.
It is. It's huge over there.
Yeah.
In Las Vegas, there were some Japanese fans that were in the crowd, very excited for Yuki Koromora. But the American fans were the most boisterous. And I think it's a cultural thing. But they were so boisterous, dude. They were so loud. Yuki. It was just crazy. It was crazy. Loved it. Jamal Shed. Talk to me about wax poetic for a moment about Jamal Shed. Because I thought he had a terrific under the radar year for the Raptors last season.
Just a bulldog. And I like this reason why I loved him so much. I didn't have a big board. This most recent cycle was my first year assembling a true big board, but Jamal was one of my favorite prospects, or at least one of my favorite second round prospects out of Houston last year. Obviously, not Houston. Toronto dealt with a ton of injuries last year.
Right.
They won 30 games. Like, it wasn't something like where they were even really in contention for a play-in anyway, but they dealt with so much injuries. So guys like Jamal was able to get run. Right. He was just, I think, like, obviously the efficiency specifically from Summer League wasn't there, but like you saw the facilitating, you saw the point of attack defense. One of the many reasons why this Summer League team was so good defensively is just him hounding dudes. And like, that's the thing. Like, I kind of, he was the Davion Mitchell replacement. And I think he did a good job in his rookie season. He did.
He really did. And you look at the positional value for where they got him in the draft. Like, it's just unbelievable what he was able to do. And then to come into Summer League and back those facilitation chops up and play the defense that he plays. Now, that being said, there's a reason when he was coming out, I called him a career backup. There's a reason for that. And that showed up in Summer League as well. He's going to struggle finishing in the paint, and he's going to struggle shooting the three ball. It just is what it is. But if that's what you get out of a guy, I like it, man. I like it a lot. Now, go ahead. If there's more, go ahead. Otherwise, I'm moving on to Rob Dillingham.
No, I was going to say, go ahead.
Rob Dillingham, Matt Hanifan. Woo! I know it's only year 2, and I don't want to give up on the young man, but the concerns I had coming out of the draft are still there, even in Summer League. That's not a good sign.
Playmaking wasn't bad, but yes.
Playmaking wasn't bad, but that's what he's going to really have to lean into in order to get minutes in the NBA. Like, that's going to have to be it. He's going to have to use that speed to create shots for others. His finishing, not it. Outside shooting isn't really it. My problem with Dillingham, not only is it that he's historically small, he doesn't change speeds well. I know he's quick. He can change directions, but he doesn't know when to slow and when to go, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I
Super
don't know, man.
shifty. Like he can do it.
He can do it. Yeah, it's in there. He just doesn't. Like, you know, players, I'll give you an example. Like Con Knipple. They're like night and day, two different styles of player, right? But the only reason Con Knipple beats anyone off the dribble is because he changes speeds and he changes direction really, really well. And
he plays off of 2 feet as well as anyone.
And he plays off of 2 feet. For the love of God, more young point guards, young guards, play off of 2 feet. Stop Euro stepping every single possession, please. That's my plea to the young guards out there. Stop playing off of 1 foot Euro stepping all the time. But also, he does change speeds really, really well. Now, his change of speed is from slow to a little bit faster.
Right.
But it works. It's very, very effective. I always say change of speed and change of direction is more important than just speed.
Yeah. You know how to use it. You need to have a balance of it, versatility.
Absolutely. Keep the defense off balance. Just that little bit of body momentum shift and all that. Let me ask you about this last 3 people. And we'll make today's show a little bit of I was going to say a shorter one. We've been going for 41 minutes.
I was going to say this was not short.
How? Matt Hanifan, how have we gone 41 minutes in the stats?
I like talking, man.
Me too, dude. I like talking, and I like talking to you as my co-host. So the audience, no, I'm just kidding. I like you guys. I like you guys too. KJ Simpson, rough rookie season, injured a player with a really bad foul. Jalen Wells going up for a dunk. I don't think it was malicious, but KJ just hustling his butt off, basically spears him in the back. Doesn't come close to blocking his shot, and then injures him. How do you think he bounced back in Vegas?
It was solid. I mean, like we can't forget, like, he also dealt with injury. I don't remember the exact injury, but he also dealt with injury his rookie season, so he missed over half of it.
Right.
I think the part that I was most disappointed by was the shooting, because the thing that I liked about him out of Colorado was, like, he's got the quick shot.
Right.
It didn't matter if it was contested or not. Like, he was super efficient with it. He was around, I think, 40% as a senior. I could be off by a percentage or two, but he was a really good shooter. He's really efficient. He shot 42% from the floor, 29 from deep, or like 29-30 from deep. The playmaking wasn't bad. The rebounding for him was surprisingly really, really good. He averaged 5.5 rebounds, and again, he's like a 6-foot guard, like 6'1".
He's tough.
Like, that's something that I liked a lot about him. But other than that, like, I thought it was like an okay summer league, not great. I still obviously do think he has work to go, and he, again, is a small guard, so the margin for error is thinner for him.
I absolutely agree with all of that. The one thing that I did like about him in summer league is his leadership. I thought the leadership was there throughout, keeping that team together, keeping them organized, always being a good teammate when he was on the bench. So I did like the leadership stuff from him. But like you said, he's going to have an uphill battle, especially if that shot isn't coming around. Cam Jones is the next one. What did you think of his summer league debut?
He ended it very, very strong.
Yeah.
Very, very strong. 21 and 11 in his final game.
Indeed.
I know that one game that we talked about against Chicago, him off the spot up, and him, like, his efficiency was as good as I would have expected it to be. He was 6 of 9 in that game, 4 or 5 from deep. He wasn't as efficient in his last game. 9 of 19 from the floor, 21 points. But he's got to be efficient.
He's got to be efficient, and he has to make the three ball. The fact that in 4 games he shot 33% from three, that can't happen with his lack of ability to create separation. Like, without that shot falling, he's going to have a very difficult time. Now, I was encouraged to see the scoring pick up some. I just struggle to see in an NBA level of competition how he's going to produce for your team, because he's not going to be able to be the primary ball handler at the next level. Summer League, he got away with it. Next level, I don't see that happening. Now, in half-court sets, maybe the open floor where he can get to his spots easier and there's more space, maybe that works out for him a little bit. But only making 1.5 threes per game, you're going to need that three ball to be successful for him. The 5.3 assists to 3 turnovers, see, that's the thing people don't look at. The assist to turnover ratio of it all. Like, 5.3 assists is nice with 3 turnovers. Like, Nikola Topic was at like 8 assists per game and 3 turnovers. Like, it's a little bit different. And Topic has some of the same concerns we have for Cam Jones. The lack of foot speed and lateral agility and vertical athleticism. It's just he's a higher IQ basketball player in terms of running and facilitating an offense.
Yeah, even though Cam did a good job last year, just in terms of like the facilitation, I think he had one of the better assist to turnover ratios. Even though not all that stuff's created equally, but
no, but he did a good job in college relative to all the responsibilities he had, because he had a ton. But the last one is Terrence Shannon Jr. A little flying under the radar for his second season, with Rob Dillingham getting a lot of the headlines. I would say Terrence Shannon had played a bigger role for Minnesota than Dillingham did throughout the entire year.
100%.
Now, I wasn't the highest on Terrence Shannon, but the one thing I said he could do at the next level is in the open court, he'll be a nightmare. And he'll be active. He plays extremely hard. What were your thoughts on his summer league? How do you think he did? Do you think he's ready to step into a bigger role in Minnesota?
Yeah, I thought he was as dominant as I expected him to be. Like 22.7 points, shot 48% from the floor, 39 from deep, 95 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, nearly 2 steals. Like he was awesome for them. And
absolutely.
Even in like the half-court settings last year, kind of playing off the ball, like I thought he was solid. I mean, he shot 36% from deep last year. He obviously didn't play many games, but even when he even when his responsibility was greater, in certain lineups, in certain contexts, like I thought he fared well.
Absolutely. He's a live body.
He's a fringe rotation player for them. And I think he was a fringe rotation player for them in the playoffs, even though, again,
absolutely,
his playing time was really small if you look at like the grand scheme of things. But like, I think he's ready to step up and play a bigger role for them this year, especially if that shot keeps falling.
That's the key. I believe that you're right about that. And if he can shoot like he did 94 or 95% from the free throw line, he's going to draw fouls just because of how athletic and physical that he is. He's got to continue to find counters because you can't go left your whole career. I know some players have, but he's got to have to find some counters. But I think he could have a rotation spot, battling it out with some guys to be able to get a rotation spot in Minnesota. But with that, Matt, we're gonna wrap it up. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we exit today's show?
No.
Awesome. Tell the people where they can find you, follow you, and get more of your work.
At MPH_824_. Yes, I got it right this time. For like
you got it right.
First time in like 3 weeks. You can find me there on Twitter. You can find me at hothoops.com, vendettasportsmedia.com, mountainwestconnection.com, as well as playback.tv/5RSN and playback.tv/Digital Adel Hoops.
That's right. We have rebranded around here. We're Digital Adel Hoops. Matt got his @ correctly. You can find me at Digital Adel anywhere social media is found, as well as Digital Adel Hoops on playback.tv and YouTube. Appreciate everybody. We'll see you next time.